Good day to you. My name is Evda Kovařova, and I'm going to present you the following lesson under the PAL project. Lesson 2. This presentation has been prepared as part of the project PAL Boosting Positive Narrative on Romani Integration Through Arts. Duration of the project 2020-2022. Responsible partner, the House of National Minorities. This recording was made in 2022 in Prague by the House of National Minorities. Introduction. Romani oral literature has been the main authentic verbal expression of Romani people in the former Czechoslovakia since the 1960s, and it was only a step to writing. Even a good narrator must have the gift of abbreviation and generalization, just like a writer. He or she must be able to engage, frighten, to impress, and to teach. The procedures of the folk paramissar, fairy tale writer, relying only on his memory, are somewhat different from those written, and the remnants of oral storytelling are still evident in the author's Romani texts. However, the experienced reader can see a stimulating otherness in this rather than a lack of ingenuity. At least for the sake of order, however, it should be noted that the foundation of the spelling of the so-called Slovak, correctly North Central Romani language, which was written in most early works, were laid in 1971-72 on the pages of Gypsy Roma Union. The first Romani texts of Tera Fabianova, Andrei Ghini, or Andrei Peshta were also printed here, and although the union was forcibly dissolved in 1973, and with it the unique platform of Romani literature disappeared, pride in the beauty of Romani and the desire to publish in the mother tongue have taken roots. However, it is still true that without the brave pioneers of the late 1960s, there would be no Romani literature in our territory, and of course, it is also true that for whom Romani is the mother tongue, it expresses itself by far the most naturally, with rich and original imagery. Objectives. The basic idea and goal of the literature model is to strengthen the relationship of the Romani participants to their Romani identity through literature, and to give them the opportunity to publish their abilities and push their abilities and write literary works in a creative and meaningful way. On the pictures, you may see why two of our Romani women writers, Iveta Kukiova and Anna Hrushkova. Romani literature is still not taken seriously in the Czech Republic. Within the framework of multicultural education, the media provided with only limited space. When someone from the cultural community already reflects Romani literature, then he or she is surprised by its non-literariness, rawness, ignorance, and seeming naivety. Unlike dance and music, the creative literary activities of the Roma are still considered unnatural in our country. Romani literature in Czechoslovakia. Within the framework of political, Romani oral literature has been the main authentic verbal expression of Romani people in the former Czechoslovakia since the 1960s, and it was only a step to writing. The procedures of the folk paramissor are relying only on his memory. The foundations of the spelling of the so-called Slovak Romani, which was written in the most early works, were laid in 1970s on the pages of Gypsy Roma Union. The first Romani texts were also published printed here, and although the union was possibly dissolved, and with it the unique platform of Romani literature disappeared, pride in the beauty of Romani and the desire to publish in the mother tongue have taken roots. Born under a lucky star. The first truly representative book by a Romani author is Elena Lakova's Born Under a Lucky Star, Narozena pod šťastnou hviezdou. The gripping life story of the first documented Romani writer in Czechoslovakia, drama The Burning Gypsy Camp, 1946. From her birth in a poor Romani settlement in eastern Slovakia to her career in the civil service and university education, which has since been published in 3 editions and translated into several world languages. Interestingly, the author did not write the book, but narrated it over the course of 8 years to her friend and well-known Romani scholar Milena Hipshman, 1933-2005, who transcribed it from the recordings, translated from Romani, and published it. Romani authors. Here comes an overview to the most important Romani authors in former Czechoslovakia and nowadays Czech Republic. Vlado Olach, 1947-2012, was a Romani poet, teacher and philosopher, founder of the Romani Matice, co-author of the translation of excerpts from the Bible into Romani. Originally a soldier, he was influenced by Christianity and founded the Christian and Educational Association Matice Romska. He devoted himself to translating the Bible into Romani. He was the first Romani author to be accepted into the Czech Writers' Union in 2006. He is the recipient of the Milena Kupchmanova Literary Award for his contribution to Romani literature. The next author is Iveta Kukiyova. Iveta Kukiyova, 1972, is a novelist and a poet. She has worked as a field worker and consultant for the deaf in the organization Silent World. While working, she studied social work at the Evangelist Academy in Prague and started working as a freelance editor and presenter for the Roma internet television Romea TV. She is studying Romani studies at the Faculty of Arts of Charles University. She publishes in the magazine Romano Vodi on romea.cz, A2, Camaradi, and on the website of the publishing house Kher. She is translator from into Romani. Geza Demeter, 1947. Is a Roma journalist and prose writer. He worked as a laborer, served in the police, worked as a newspaper editor and correspondent. He published several collections of poems and short stories. He is also the author of a book of Romani fairy tales, Paradise on Earth. Emil Tina, 1947–2013, was a Romani poet and writer. Since the beginning of 1990s, he had regularly published his prose and poetry. In addition to his own work, Emil Tina has also translated films from into Romani. For example, Black Cat, White Cat, 1998, Roaming, 2008. In 1997, he won 2 awards at the Amico Rome International Competition of Romani Artistic Creativity in Lanciano, Italy, for his prose and poetry for children. Ilona Ferkova, 1956, Romani prose writer. She has worked as a coordinator of a Czech Roma kindergarten and has published in a number of Roma periodicals, author of several books and short stories and collections of poems. She draws inspiration for her works from real stories of Roma in her immediate surroundings. In them, she reflects in particular on the consequences of the assimilation policy of the communist regime, removal of children to institutions, forced sterilization, etc. Elena Lakova, 1953, is the author of prose works, short stories, and historical novel about the history of the Roma. She contributes to magazines and anthologies. She is a member of the Writers' Association. Renata Berchiova, 1985, is a Romani poet. She graduated from the Faculty of Arts of Charles University. She currently works in the non-profit sector at the Open Society Fund. She is the recipient of the Milena Bushmanova Prize, 2006. Erika Olachova, 1957, is a writer, factory worker, cook, and waitress. She has published several collections of short stories and has been published in magazines. Her work can be partly described as thriller or horror. She lives in Česká Třebová. And that's the end of the presentation. Thanks for listening and goodbye.